Welcome to episode 4 of the She Wants the D podcast. It is a victory Thursday heading into week 4 against the Carolina Panthers. We're fitting to talk Panthers. We're fitting to talk Eagles. Let's get into it.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Damn, boy, he's thick! Boy, that's a thick-ass boy!
This is She Wants the D, an all-new, all-female Dallas Cowboys podcast.
I am a monkey face. Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
And now your hosts, Jessica, JoJo, and Tracy.
I want me some glory hole.
It was a commanding Cowboys win on Monday. Tracy almost nailed the prediction.
Wow.
Yeah, so close, man. I could not believe it. And we both gave her so much crap over that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
And she...
I have my reasons. I have my reasons for that prediction. I do.
Yeah, and you nailed it almost.
Yeah, I was like, mine was 42-20. The score was 41-21.
Yep.
And being a division rival, home opener game, I knew we were going to come out guns blazing, but the Eagles did too. And I was like, uh-oh. At first, I was like, they're keeping up, dude. This ain't good.
Yeah.
That's because we have a thin defense, of course. We can't have a perfect team. I know. We can't have an awesome offense, an awesome defense, and an awesome kicker.
Yeah.
You know what? At this point, the kicker can take a hike. You know, I'm like, we ain't need you. We don't need you.
Kicker.
But, why wouldn't we score 42, dude? Our offense is gold. Of course, our defense is going to let the other team score that too. But,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like with an offense like we've got, we should be scoring high for sure every game.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah. For sure. I agree with that. And I think our receiving core is one of the best in the league. I mean, we just have so many weapons in that receiving core.
Yeah, everywhere. He was throwing that ball everywhere.
Everywhere. Cedric Wilson, man. Some of I think he had 2 catches and they were both just ridiculous. I'm like, look at Cedric Wilson, man. What's going on?
Yeah. Who's this kid?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Outstanding.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb, he had probably his least dynamic game thus far this year. And, I mean, even the catch that he made to start it off, the bomb that Dak throws to him, and he gets right to the goal line, it's like you got butterflies because you knew it was about to go down, man. It was either going to be a shootout or these Cowboys are going to put on a show, and that's exactly what they did for the fans for the home opener. It was awesome to watch.
Absolutely, but there were some bad points as well. For all the good, there's still some mess going in there, and we're going to get into that right now. Good points. Pollard, Elliott, the combo of the two, I love it. I've always loved it.
Too.
I'm glad that they used the run game more in this game. I figured that they probably would. I just didn't know how it would go. You know, I think all 3 of us don't have much faith in Zeke at the moment.
No.
But I really like the combo of both of them. I know that the last podcast, as I've mentioned to you guys before, I'm always in the chat room. I'm always seeing what you guys are commenting. There was one person in particular that kept saying, stop talking about Pollard. Stop talking about Pollard on the last podcast when we were talking about the run game. And you know what? I'm not going to stop talking about Pollard because he's effective. And the combo
especially in the passing game. He's effective in the passing game. I mean, I know he's not as big as Zeke, and he's not as physical as some say, but if you look at Zeke from week 3 going all the way back to last season, I mean, even him being the bigger running back, the physicality is not there. He's not getting past that first tackle. He's not breaking tackles the way he did early on when he first came to the Cowboys. So I think it's obvious that Pollard adds something different, and I think they should utilize him more, honestly. I think Mike McCarthy should really start to look at determining who's going to get the most snaps based on who's giving him the most production going forward.
Yeah, for sure, and that's how it should be, honestly. And I think that that was one thing that just drove me up a wall about Jason Garrett is we see these issues over and over and over again, but yet we continue to do the same thing, and it's like no, if a player is not producing, regardless of the value of his contract, we should give the plays to the players that are making the plays, if that makes sense. I just said plays like 4 times in one sentence.
Let the players that are playing make the plays.
Let the player play.
Exactly. I mean, regardless of the value of his contract, if he's not getting it done, then stick Pollard in there until Elliott can step up to the plate. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the combo of both of them is exactly what's needed at this point. And I liked what I saw in the run game. I liked the use of the tight ends in this game. We haven't seen a lot of tight end usage up until this point. Schultz has a couple of receptions each game, but this game it was a lot of tight end action. And
Jaron and him got a touchdown, didn't they?
I think they both got one.
Tight ends got a touchdown.
Yeah, so I like the use of the tight ends. The secondary, honestly, it's better than it's been. Trayvon Diggs, he seems to get a pick every game.
That guy was the MVP of that game.
For sure.
He was all over the place. I mean, Diggs was outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
I agree. Diggs and then Kearse, number 27. He gets in there. He's also very aggressive. I like that. Anthony Brown, who we talked about last podcast, also had put a lot of pressure on those receivers. So I like it. I like what's happening in the secondary. Micah Parsons came out with some good plays as well. Those are my good points. Anything to add to that?
No, I mean you pretty much summed it up.
Yeah, we kind of covered it. I'm loving the play calling. We kind of went over that already, though.
Yeah.
Cowboys
It's
number
so
1
much
in
different.
first downs.
It's night and day compared to when Jason Garrett was here, and it's crazy. Like I'm just like, oh wow.
Yeah,
We're gonna go for it. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. We're going for it. Okay, cool. If that was Jason Garrett, then I think we would have taken the field goal, and who knows what the hell would have happened then.
We wouldn't have gotten a field goal.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been a no points. No points gained. No points gained. All right, we got the good points. We can't talk about the good without talking about the bad. It always goes back to defense on this team. The defense wasn't horrible, okay?
No.
But what bothered me, man, and it just, I mentioned in the game reaction vlog that we did, it seemed like Jalen Hurts had zero protection the entire game. And I feel like for the protection that he had, we should have put up like 6 sacks on him. I mean, he had, there were a few plays when he was surrounded by like 4 or 5 Cowboys and no Eagles. There were no Eagles defending him at all, and we still couldn't sack him. And I realize, before everybody jumps on me, I realize that we are very depleted on that defensive line. I understand. But man, when they are leaving it wide open like that, you gotta attack the quarterback. You have to attack the quarterback.
It goes to show. It just goes to show.
How many sacks did we have for the game? Do you have it in front of you?
2.
2. Wow.
2.
Not 1, but 2.
Yeah. Okay. You know how many the Eagles had? 4.
Yeah. Wow. And we
4.
still managed to put up 40.
Yeah.
Because Dak's a badass. That's why.
Oh yeah, Dak is out there shitting on everybody, and it looks good.
Yep. Yeah, but that's the only reason why. I mean, he took a few hits that I was like legitimately scared. I mean, I know he's super tough, but I always cringe anytime he gets hit now because I have flashbacks to the nightmare of last year. But yeah, man, I just feel like Jalen Hurts he might as well have been out there without an O-line at all. And we still could not put enough pressure on the quarterback. It drives me absolutely insane. Yeah. It drives me insane.
Yep.
And they're also super depleted on that O-line for the Eagles, aren't they? Don't they have a few vets that are out?
Their O-line is a little banged up, and for this is what I mean about Ezekiel Elliott, man. Like you gotta take advantage of your opportunities. You know what I mean? And I really feel like he should have had an even better game. Honestly, I know I've been ragging on Zeke for a while now. And it seems like I'm being very biased. And yes, I am still salty about drafting him number 4. I'll probably never get over it. But when you have an opportunity like that, and you have an offensive line that's depleted, and then look, we got up. I mean, by 2 scores by the third, right? And we still weren't able to use our $15 million a year running back to basically just ground and pound their ass to unrecognition. And that's the difference between paying a running back and just going and getting you a running back out of any round and letting them do what they can do behind your line. And I don't feel like Zeke does that at all.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. I mean, I was a proponent of Zeke his first 2 years as a Cowboy, and then it just swiftly fell off once he got paid.
Yep.
And you know, no matter how much you love Zeke, I don't think anyone can look at this critically and say that he's still as good as he was in the beginning.
No.
But, you know, credit where credit's due. He did put in some work on this game. The thing that drove me nuts the most was not attacking the quarterback the way we should have. I feel like our secondary put on a good game. I feel like they were on it. And yeah, just not attacking the quarterback. And it's so important. It's so important to put pressure on the quarterback, and we just don't do it. We just don't.
We can't do it. We can't do it. And this is a passing league. And when you face quarterbacks that know how to move the ball, that know how to manipulate secondaries, that know how to look off a safety and then come back to a receiver on the other end of the field, when you have quarterbacks like that, that is going to take more than a basic defensive scheme to stop them, that's when you're going to need your pass rush to come into effect. And we're paying a guy $20 million a year that continues to have issues as far as injuries go, and he's not producing in the way that a $20 million a year pass rusher should. He's not Aaron Donald. He's not Khalil Mack. I mean, the list can go. Hell, he ain't even Everett Griffin at this point, okay? I know a lot of more pass rushers I'd rather have than DeMarcus Lawrence right now. That's all I got to say. D-Law, my ass.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I mean, like I mentioned before, that Eagles O-line was not having a good day. I mean, they committed so many holding penalties. It was unreal, especially towards the end of the game. And it's like, if you can't put pressure on the quarterback against an O-line like that, then I'm afraid for the future of this season.
Yeah.
I'm afraid for the future of this season, because they were basically handing you sacks on a silver platter and you still didn't take it. So yeah, those are the big points I noticed. Anyone got anything else?
Man, not really. I mean, it was a great game. I hate I wasn't able to go to it and be in that stadium and feel that intensity for the home opener. I think this is the first year in like 3 or 4 years I haven't been at the home opener. I am ashamed as a Cowboys fan.
But
that
would have been awesome.
Yeah, man, I think it was a great game. A great game to build off of going into this Sunday. We got an early game. I can't wait to be at AT&T Stadium. There's no poker game that I have that starts at 12 p.m., so JoJo is smooth sailing.
All right, and you led us right into the next segment. Let's get into Cowboys Panthers. right, so the Panthers are sitting at 3-0, although I feel the Cowboys should also be sitting at 3-0, so that record doesn't really scare me. I think we should have beat the Bucks, and, you know, I'm not going to get into another Zerline discussion, but had he made his field goals, we would have won that game. Just saying.
Don't even get me started on kickers.
Yeah, we will not get into
his position has become irrelevant.
We will not get into another kicker discussion today. But yeah, so I mean, I feel like record-wise, we should both be 3-0. The Panthers, however, are 3-0. That being said, you know, this team is no joke. Sam Darnold has averaged over 300 yards passing so far this season per game. Christian McCaffrey is not expected to be placed on the injured reserve, so he should be active for this game.
Wow, really?
That's what I saw. They said that he will not go on IR, so maybe they won't play him as much, but he is expected to play on Sunday.
They're going to run that poor boy to the ground.
They sure will. They sure will. And let's see, that Carolina defense is ranked number 1 for sacks per game with a total of 14 sacks in just 3 games.
That defense is vicious, y'all.
It is.
So Dak needs all the protection he can get.
He needs all of it. All of it. That defense is absolutely no joke.
Is our O-line healthy?
Well, as healthy as you can hope for. I mean, y'all, this O-line is not what it once was.
It's not.
The fact that Dak has been able to develop into the quarterback that he is shows you that an O-line is something that a great O-line is not something that he needs to be productive, and he's showing that. I think he showed that early on in the season before his injury last year. So I don't think we can any longer consider our O-line a strength per se, even if they are 100% healthy, because we're back to slightly above average.
Yeah.
Okay? We're not that good as an O-line. But Tyron Smith has looked great thus far to start the year. He didn't look so great a couple times. He let somebody pass his blind side against the Eagles, but that's about the biggest pieces we have left on that offensive line, Zach Martin and Tyron Smith. So we can just hope that they stay healthy and be able to keep the rest of these guys in order. I think we'll be all right.
Let's hope, and let's hope that Dak is able to just hang in there. Hang in there, honey. It's going to be a tough one.
I'm going to be praying for Dak.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to need it. Him's going to need it.
Him's going to need it. One good thing pertaining to this Carolina defense is their star corner, J.C. Horn, was placed on IR and is possibly out for the season. So that's going to make more room for the Cowboys receivers to move through that secondary. So that is some good news, but we're still going to have to avoid sacks all game. That's going to be the biggest thing. I mean, 14 sacks in 3 games is no joke, y'all. That's a lot of sacks for 3 games.
That's a lot of sacks.
That's a lot of sacks.
That's a lot of sacks.
So it will not be an easy one. I don't know. I'm just hoping for health. I'm hoping for health. That's all I really want. I mean, obviously, I want the win. But I just really want everyone to stay healthy in this game. I am worried about this Carolina defense. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be arguably the hardest game that we've played up until this point.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But I think we'll still take the win. That's going to lead us into our predictions. Let's do it. I feel like I've been talking, so I'm going to let someone else take it. Before I do want to give an honorable mention. Tracy, I know you have it written down. Who was the fan that got really, really close to the last prediction?
Oh, yeah. Wyatt, he guessed 41-24.
Super close.
Oh, nice.
He was right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tracy
And then
and Wyatt right with the 40 burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I think he was the only one besides you that said over 40 points.
Yeah.
So
There's a couple of them that said, there's a few of them that said 35, and then some said 31, and, trickles down, but.
yeah.
All right.
But that 40 burger got it. So good job, Tracy and Wyatt. You guys almost super nailed it. All right, I'm gonna let someone else go first because I've been talking way too much.
All right, I'll take it. Now this one, we've seen our offense be great thus far this year, but I think this is going to be the game where we see them have to work for it a little harder. But I still think Dak will find a way to move the chains effectively enough. But I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to say 20-14 and Cowboys victory. But I think it's going to be a dogfight, and I think if this offense is able to show us that they can put up points against this defense, we saw what they were able to do against the Tampa Bay defense to open up a defense that was able to shut down Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. So if they can show that they can put up points against the Panthers D and protect Dak, I think we're going to have to start taking this offense and McCarthy, honestly, a little bit more seriously than we may have been taking them early on in the season. So, or coming into the season. So I'm going to go with 20-14 Cowboys.
Cowboys. All right, Tracy, what you got? This is always a surprise for me. I always love hearing Tracy's predictions. They're always the freaking best. Yeah, you never know where she's going to go with it.
I think this one's going to be tough for us, and it's going to be a low-scoring game as well. So I'm going to say 23-17.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. 23-17.
23-17, Cowboys.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I agree with what's been said so far. It is definitely going to be a test for the offense. This defense is no freaking joke, as I have said a couple of times already during this podcast. I'm nervous about this Carolina defense, if I'm being honest. I just hope everyone stays healthy. And I do think that we will squeak out the win, but I think it is going to come down, as my dad used to say, it's going to come down to the nut cutting.
Oh, yeah! We're going to cut them nuts!
I believe this will be a low-scoring game. I don't think that Carolina defense is going to allow too many points. I think we're going to squeak out a win at 17-14, Cowboys.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
And I think it will be a shootout till the end. I'm gonna be stressed out, y'all. I'm gonna be stressed out for sure. So I just I hope everyone stays healthy. I hope Dak gets the protection that he needs, and we fit in the seat.
We fit the seat.
You guys don't forget your predictions in. If you haven't already gotten your prediction in, make sure that you say it in the comments. Again, we do read everything that you guys say. We interact with you during the podcast. So every time you tune in, look for me, Tracy, and JoJo in the comments. And we will be looking out to see if anyone gets the score. And I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Anything else?
Yeah, let's get this W. Let's keep this home record 2-0. You know what I'm saying? Let's protect our house. And you know what I'm saying? Praise be, it's 12 o'clock. It's finally JoJo gets to go to AT&T Stadium.
Woo-hoo. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again right here next Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Let's go out and get this W. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.